Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, my brother and sisters. Welcome back to my YouTube channel Anatomy by MNPD. Our last lecture was on the osteology of upper limb and we particularly discussed the bones, humerus, radius and ulna. Today we will discuss the rest of the bones of upper limb that are carpal, metacarpal and phalanx. Before going into the lectures, I will like to request all of you to please subscribe my YouTube channel and click the bell icon for more informative videos. Carpal bones. What are the carpal bones? Basically, the carpal bones are the bones of the wrist that forms the wrist, which are 8 in numbers. From lateral to medial, we will discuss proximal rows and distal rows. Now, let's discuss the osteology of hand. Uh, Carpal bones, which are basically the short bones of upper limb. Now, if we see the hand in particular, it has two sides, a lateral side which is away from the midline and the medial side which is close to the midline. This is the anatomical position of the hand. This is a hand of the left side of the body. So left hand, that this is a thumb that faces laterally, while this is the little finger that faces medially. When we see from lateral to medial, these carpal bone are arranged in two rows that are a proximal row that is close to the root, while this a distal row that is away from the root. When we see the proximal row, that has four bones in number arranged in a row. First bone, that is scaphoid, lunate, trachotral, and that a little bone is sesamoid bone is called pisiform. While distal row, trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, hamate. I repeat, from proximal, this is the proximal row and this is the distal row. Four bones in proximal side, four bones in distal side. Now let's talk about, I can zoom this figure. This is the proximal part that consists of four bones, proximal row, scaphoid, lunate, trachotral and pisiform. Pisiform is basically a sesamoid carpal bone. Now let's talk about the distal row that has also four bones, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now the names of these bones are trapezium, trapezoid, capitate and hamate. Hamate, look at the bone. Hamate has a hook like projection. This is a hook of hamate. I repeat, scaphoid, lunate, trachotral and pisiform, trapezium, trapezoid, capitate and hamate. These bones are arranged in such manner that it produces the concavity in the wrist. That you can see in this aspect, this is a concavity. Now this concavity is bridged by a strong ligamentous band that is called the flexor retinaculum. This forms the osseofacial carpal tunnel. This tunnel is called osseofacial carpal tunnel. Some arteries, veins and nerves, even the tendons of the muscles cross through this tunnel. This tunnel is just look like a tunnel, is bridged by a ligament that is called the flexor retinaculum. Now you can see the arrangement of the bones in this video. These are arranged in 8 in numbers, which are scaphoid, lunate, trachotral, and there is another bone that is pisiform above this trachotral. This is trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate. While when we look through the anterior aspect, you can see this pisiform bone, that is pisiform. Now I repeat again the arrangement of the bones from lateral to medial: scaphoid, lunate, trachotral, and pisiform. trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate. So these are all the arrangement of the carpal bones. That are all the carpal bones. Now let's move towards another bone arrangement, that is metacarpal. These are the metacarpal bones. First metacarpal, second metacarpal, third metacarpal, fourth metacarpal, fifth metacarpal. These are the modified miniature long bones of upper limb. What are the miniature long bones? Miniature long bones of upper limb are those which has only one epiphysis. You can see it has a head. You can see this bone that has a base that is present on its proximal aspect, while its head is present on its distal aspect. So that is, it has a one epiphysis, and this is a miniature long bone. Now you can see the metacarpal bones. There are 5 in numbers. First metacarpal, second metacarpal, third metacarpal, fourth metacarpal, fifth metacarpal. Each bone has a base, expanded base, a body, and a head. Head is present on its distal aspect. Now there is an important point to be noted here. The head of these metacarpal bones form the knuckles on the hand. These are the head of metacarpal bone that forms the knuckles. You can see these are the knuckles that is formed by the head of this metacarpal bone, and the head of these bone articulate with the phalanx. Okay, these are articulate with the phalanx. Now let's talk about the phalanx, that are also the miniature long bone because it has one epiphysis and one diaphysis. It has also a base, a body, and a head. Head is present on its distal aspect, while base is present on its proximal aspect. Now, point to be noted here is that there are 3 phalanx on each finger, 3, 3, 3, 3, while the thumb is the only finger that has only two phalanx, first and second. Now you can see proximal phalanx and distal phalanx, and the names of these bones are arranged in such manner that this is called the proximal phalanx, this is the intermediate phalanx, and this is a distal phalanx. Proximal phalanx, that is attached to the root, intermediate, that is present between a proximal and distal in the phalanx, that is away from the root. Distal, intermediate, proximal. Distal, intermediate, proximal. While thumb is only 2, so we will name them distal, that is away from the root, and proximal, that is close to the root. I hope you are clear. This is all about the osteology of the hand. I would like to give a quick review of the bones. We have in the hand, we have carpal bones that are total 8 in numbers. From lateral to medial, we can see they are arranged in 2 rows with 4 in each row: scaphoid, lunate, tricotril, and pisiform. Trapezium, trapezoid, capitate, and hamate. Total 8 carpal bones. While when we talk about the carpal bones also provide the concavity of the bone that is bridged by a ligament that is called the flexor retinaculum. Some arteries, veins, nerves, even tendon of the muscle cross this tunnel. And we have 5 metacarpal bones: first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Metacarpal bones are the miniature long bones because it has only one epiphysis and one diaphysis. When we talk about the parts of the metacarpal bone, it is a head, a elongated shaft, not too much elongated but a little elongated shaft, and it is expanded base. Base is close to the proximal, while head is distal. Head, shaft, and base. And we have 5 metacarpal bones, while phalanx that are total 14 on each upper limb. It has 3 on each fingers, 1, 2, 3. Proximal phalanx, that is also a miniature long bone because it has one epiphysis and one diaphysis. And we see the parts of the bone. It has a base, a shaft, and head. There are 3 phalanx on each finger except the thumb. It has only two phalanx, proximal and distal. Proximal that is close to the root, while distal that is away from the root. While each finger have three phalanx: proximal, intermediate, distal, proximal, intermediate, distal phalanx, proximal, intermediate, distal. When we add all of these, that will be in 14 in numbers. Thank you so much. That is all about the wrist or the osteology of the hand. Now let's talk about a important point, that is flexor retinaculum. That is a ligament that bridges this concavity of the carpal bones. Now flexor retinaculum. Now sometimes what happens is that the flexor retinaculum is damaged, and which causes the pain, tingling and numbness in the hand. That is a common symptoms of this condition, and that condition is called the carpal tunnel syndrome. Because the flexor retinaculum, when it is infected or damaged, it produces the pressure on the nerve crossing that tunnel. Sometimes the median nerve is compressed in the carpal tunnel. That is the symptoms arises are the pain, a numbness in the hand. This condition is called carpal tunnel syndrome, which is later treated with the physiotherapy, or if there is a severe condition, is treated by the surgery. Thank you so much. That was all about the anatomy of hand or osteology of hand. Now we have finished the osteology of upper limb. Our next lecture will be on the muscles of upper limb. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.